After the fall of the Soviet regime in Bulgaria, during the political chaos within the first years in the country, more than 3,000 factories have been purposely demolished due to various reasons. The one we are visiting today happens to be among them. Once those now ruins were booming with life as hundreds or probably thousands worked here day and night. Nowadays, it seems unlikely that this place had its own little clothing services department, a shoemaker, a dedicated library, and huge dining rooms for all the workers. And if that's not enough, the factory even had its own dentistry and a dancing class as well. Hello guys! Now let me tell you up front, this video is going to be a little bit different, so if you are into urban exploration, which means, oh wow, look at this building, look at this part, which is, it has obviously fallen off from the roof, and it's, I don't know, it's probably hanging on something, maybe on the other side. So well, let's get in. What I was telling you is this video will be an urban exploration video, so if you're interested in seeing the unseen pretty much, bear with me as we enter this yard. It's a pretty random thing. We happened to be going over here, coming back from something else, and we decided to enter and see what is this all about. I've been honestly seeing those demolished buildings for quite a few years. While passing on the road nearby, they are pretty much visible, but being inside is a completely different story. Look at this one. It looks like something taken right out from a sci-fi movie, to be honest. I would like to go closer and see this. This is the building that we saw just a second ago with the part that is almost hanging off of the roof. It feels a little bit dangerous to be that close. Whoa. There is something strange when looking at something like this. It seems unnatural, and then yeah, it's obvious right in front of you. I would be interested to go across and see the other buildings that are visible around. Look at this one. Have you watched Star Wars? This almost looks like, especially with the bird flying around it, it looks like one of those huge walking machines from that movie. At least to me it looks like it. It's a little bit scary to be so close to a building which is almost completely demolished. Let me show you how this actually looks like, how it looked like before, rather. Look at this huge complex. It's almost hard to grasp that this is what's left of it. Sometimes humanity really makes me wonder. It probably takes so much work, well it obviously does, to build something as huge, and then years later someone, or I don't know whoever or how, it gets obviously demolished and it's in this state. And this is somehow, I would say, the story of humanity. We bring things up and then bring them down and then bring them up again. Look at this chimney. Chimneys are usually the most strong structures, so it's obviously still standing. And this building right here, it's somehow strange to, this is actually the one we saw a little bit before with the hanging part. This was on the other side of it. You can kind of see the hole that has been dug into the roof. And this there, I would like to go closer over there and actually see how this looks like from when we get close. And this is the chimney. Look at this. This has probably been something that has been connecting to it. Let's get closer. This is really interesting. Yeah, I can see there has been another building, or maybe another like a corridor, probably taking the fumes over to the chimney. And this building on the other side. Oh, look at this. Does it look to you like there are bricks where there should be windows normally? Maybe back in the day somebody, for whatever reason, wanted to build walls. And I don't know, I don't really know. And that's the chimney. That thing looks pretty tall, and it's amazing how well it's standing along all of those demolished buildings. This is the one that looked like something from Star Wars to me. Let's take a closer look here. There are metal cables hanging off of it, and you can see at the bottom the base is completely destroyed, and also the roof on the left side. Wow, it's still standing, and then on the right side it's gradually torn down. Let's go towards this chimney though. I think it's going to be a really interesting thing to get closer to it and see how it looks like. It's a little bit strange and somewhat scary to be at such a place. You kind of never know who can be hiding for whatever reason amongst those buildings. Oh, I have to show you something here. Do you see this somewhat triangular part on the top left on your screen? Let me show you a picture of what this has been. Actually, the central command station has been right below this piece, and yeah, that's how it looked like. Now let's reach over to the chimney. Look at it. Wow, I would like to climb this, to be honest. The ladder seems pretty much intact. It's only at the bottom the first few elements are missing, so you should probably use a rope or something in order to get yourself up to the first step and then make your way up. I wonder what the view would be from up there. Everything looks always much different from high up above. Obviously those were some pretty nice shots taken with my drone, but I'm still interested to climb the chimney one day, because the feeling to do this will be completely different. And I don't know though, I don't know how stable that structure is. It's obviously standing pretty well right now, but if loaded from one side, I don't think I'm heavy enough to make any difference, but it will feel certainly scary to go ahead and do it, so who knows, maybe no. Let's go closer to this that I showed you earlier, which has been the central command station of this whole factory. You can see the tiles there. This has probably been, I don't know, maybe like a bathroom or something. It's completely demolished. Look at those huge concrete rocks hanging on metal wires, and there are just parts of it left amongst the green vegetation which is taking over the place. I don't know how I personally feel about this. I'm obviously completely not going into the politics or things like this. I have no idea what happened here, let's say, but in a way, for humanity, considering this has been a huge, probably polluting factory, I don't know, from one side it's a good thing. Obviously there are different views on this, so I'm pretty much just exploring. This is what you do when you do urban exploration. You explore, you look around, you don't take anything, you don't leave anything, you just document things as they are. Take a look at this picture. This is how this structure looked back in the years when this place was booming. There were many people from the nearby city working here, and well, this is probably one of the most interesting things that I'm seeing. Those elements, they somehow have managed to remain up there, didn't fall when everything around it was demolished. And is this a rope? That is creepy in a way. It looks like a pretty long, giant, I would say, rope hanging off from the very top of the structure. I wonder who placed this, how, and why. Well, anyway, let's walk around a little bit more. We'll have to actually go back pretty soon and look at all the demolishment here. Everything is pretty much brought down to the ground. Only this structure. It's so interesting when you think about actually entering this, but then of course you can't, because it's probably, I'm assuming here, pretty unstable. But thinking about eventually still getting in, that's a scary thought. And I'm not going to continue any further, because the sun is obviously setting down and we will have to head back. This was just a random exploration, but I'll be very interested what you think about this, because I may love to do a lot more of this in the future. Wow. This is insane. Alright guys, I feel I'm going to end this video here. We just happened to randomly enter this amazing abandoned factory of the old Soviet era, obviously, and it's astonishing. I'm speaking a little bit more silent than normal and walking a little bit slower, I guess not to disturb the energy of the place. The state of disrepair those buildings are, and especially this chimney right there, it makes you feel like they may collapse any moment, although usually chimneys are the most stable structures. And this building there, like, look at this. And there is more to be seen, but I feel like I should come back here again and explore. I have to look in my feet not to fall in a hole here. So make sure you tell me what do you think of this type of exploration, because I love to do this. I would like to do more of this. So leave a like if you like it, obviously, and let me know. But this place is just gorgeous. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.